The Hash It Out Show is brought to you by Barreto Home Solutions, Bayou Audio and Video, Hot Works on the North Shore, JFK Martial Arts in Mandeville and Covington, Lil Dizzy's Cafe, The Green Law Firm, personal injury attorney, Kaylin Parker of Magnolia Wealth Strategies, Moe's Pizza, Lance's AC and Heating, CC's Children Blocks, The Pierre Family in Lafayette, Louisiana, Drums Earwear.
Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move, move, move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning.
And welcome to the Hash It Out Show. I'm your host, JB the Sports Guy. We got a good one for you all tonight. We're going to discuss who will win the Catholic League. And after we discuss who wins the Catholic League, we're going to discuss who wins District 9 4A. And if you don't know who's in District 9 4A, it has a defending state champion in that district. And that is the Shaw Eagles with St. Charles Catholic, Kenner Discovery, and Bell Chase. We'll talk about who will win that district after the Catholic League. It's been a wonderful day, but forget about my day. I can't do it without my co-host, and you see him over there, the one and only George Peppers. What's up, GP?
What's up, JB? And it is August. It is preview month. We just finished Legends month. We're going to get you set for the upcoming 2025 prep football season with our infinite wisdom. We're missing one of the highest IQs that has at our show tonight. You know, it is a joke because he's finished dead last in the picks. So maybe we need to give him a brain boost for this year. I don't know, but we shall see that anyway. But no, VK is on assignment, so it's gonna be us two doing the thing tonight, and hopefully you guys can chat it up with us.
Pop in later on.
Might pop in later on, just like when we go off, it never fails. It's like when we run a show solo, it's like at the very end, bam, there he is in the lobby. But no, back to what we're doing this month. We are getting you set for the upcoming prep football season, and the only regret to this, there's only one. When we get to the Superdome, it'll be already December. When we get there, it may not feel like it when we start because we're going to have hydration breaks, sweat, humidity. But before you know it, we're all going to congregate from all over the state in the Caesars Superdome. And we're going to be like, damn, it's done. It's done. And we're going to be like, well, but for us, it's just a start because we got hoops this year. Basketball we will do, but that's later. Right now, the focus is on the pigskins. And to the two districts we're going to talk about tonight, two state champions are in it, Carr in the Catholic League and Shaw in 9-4A. We won't say will they win it. We won't say will they win it, but we'll give you their prospectus in the district.
No, we're gonna pick who we think will win the district. Yes.
No. Who will win the state title? We'll pick the district. Yeah, that's later this month when we put together a composition of who we pick for each class, which is, oh goodness, I just completely brain farted. 9, right? No, 7 games over 3 days. 8 over 3 days. Okay, my bad. Yeah, I just completely brain froze right there. It's like, oh wow. But I'm not gonna brain freeze when we do picks. So without further ado, Mr. CEO, let's get started.
We got a couple comments. Matthew Addison, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Coach Sam, man, it was a fun time yesterday. I supposed to have my man I talked to him. I apologize, but he got caught up at work anyway, so he
Yeah,
couldn't
I
come.
mean, hey, time and a half talks pretty loud, my guy.
There you
So
go.
it speaks. It's a very loud language, sir, and I don't ignore.
Definitely. But
All right.
hey, look, I was at John area yesterday, like Coach Sam mentioned, and you know, I could say you could see a change already within the program and the culture that Willie Brooks is doing right now, man. And you know, I could hear guys talking yesterday, and you know what these guys were saying? Some of these guys, they would say like, man, if we were disciplined last year, if we listened, we wouldn't have lost to a certain team. I'm not gonna say who the team is.
I already know who it is, but okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. So and
Mhm.
I was like, okay, taking accountability, being responsible. Okay, I like that. I like that. And then you got guys pushing other guys, encouraging guys on that team from Giant Air. And I was like, okay, yeah, I like what I see from Giant Air. So I like the steps that are going upward, not downward, going upward. So I like that. And it's good. I think good things are coming to John Erin, man. I like what I saw yesterday. And if you haven't seen the practice field
What is-
tour interviews I have with them and this footage I got from them is on my YouTube page, JB the Sports Guy. It's on there right now. You can go look at it. But
But
I
until after the
was impressed
show,
with it.
after the show,
Yes, after the show. Yes, after the
yeah,
show. Yes. After the show. Yes. What I was very impressed with what I saw with John Erin, man. I'm like, okay. Most definitely, most definitely. You're a John Erin alum.
I
You know,
am
Coach Willie Brooks well,
very.
and
Mhm.
your thoughts.
Well, it's really simple, and nothing. Look, let me preface what I'm about to say by not disparaging the previous regime, but you
Exactly.
could
Yes.
but you could clearly tell there was no accountability. And I'm glad you brought that up, that there was really no discipline. Remember the penalties this team incurred in a lot of their games. In the games that we did, it was just you could see, players giving up on each other and not encouraging each other. And when Willie Brooks got hired, I thought, now the turnaround begins. Now the shakeback starts. It starts in practice, but you got to crawl before you walk. This isn't a rebuild at Aaron. I think it's more back to reality, culture change. Let's instill positive thinking, and you just put it out there, and we'll see it later. I'm going to see it later on YouTube, on your YouTube page. Look, Aaron, they've got a junior quarterback at Silas Root. That's going to be a key. He's 5'10", 160. I still it's too thin to play quarterback at the high school level. I don't know what's going to
He's fine.
happen with that.
He's fine.
Think
He's fine.
you think so?
Yes.
I mean, 160 against against teams like I don't know what, and we'll talk about this district when we do our previews going forward.
Tomorrow.
Um, we are
Tomorrow.
doing it tomorrow.
Yes.
So yeah, let's just put it this way, folks. Stay tuned for tonight, but especially tomorrow because this is going to be a spirited debate on 9-5A, 8-5A.
One of the
For
five
the
A's.
one of them. It's going to be a spirited debate, and we'll have the savant with us tomorrow night, fully, hopefully, VK. So, but look, John Everett's gonna. The schedule is not going to be forgiving. It's not forgiving, dude. It really isn't. You've got to play Kennedy, and yeah, Kennedy's got to replace a lot of skill offensively. But last I checked, defense does win championships, and them cats can get after it defensively. They do play Landry, who I think will be better in Nick Foster's second year. Vanderbilt Catholic was, I think, a state semifinalist last year, if I remember right. Quarterfinalist?
Catholic was a quarterfinalist.
Quarterfinalist last year. They opened with Chalmette, always a spirited game there, but Chalmette's gotten the better of them the last couple of rounds. Thinking Eric can do something, flip the script this year. That's the opener. And then the district. You got Riverdale, East Jeff, West Jeff, Higgins, Bonneville.
And they
Those
got to
are
go to
five.
Bird. They got to go to Bird.
And that's that. And Willie Brooks has said it's a long trip. We just hope to play well that night because Bird is going to. I think Bird's another team on the kickback too. I think they'll shake back too this year. They struggled a little bit last year. They did beat Everett in at West Jeff, but now Everett has to go up there. Maybe they return the favorite. We shall see.
We shall see. That's right. Um, Austin Tyler, UTL in the building. Yes, Under the Lights are in the building. Yes, they are. Um, Often asking me, so is it JB or Master JB now? Well, I mean, I'm JB. You can call me JB in the Taekwondo world. I was master, and I'm not master anymore. I'm now senior master. So let's just let you know. But anyway, all right, George Peppers, let's get into it. Let's start it off. Who will win the Catholic League? And I don't want to say anything about it first, but I want to talk about the teams right
You want to
quick.
build it up? I get you.
Yes, right. I want to
Okay,
build it
let's
up.
do that. Okay.
Talk about the teams in the Catholic League. Yes, indeed. See, look. See my boy Silas Rude. He say, hold on, George Peppers. I'm not 5'10. I'm not 170. I'm 5'11, not 160. I'm 5'11, 170. You see, George Peppers. You see, man. You gotta get it right, George Peppers.
That buffet must have hit it right. Okay. I mean, whatever works. No, Silas. Listen, as a proud Aaron alumnus, yeah, step up for us this year, my guy.
Hey,
Make it happen.
Silas gonna do well. I'm telling you now.
I think so. He's got the natural arm strength. He has the natural arm strength to really do some things. Huh?
He's a great pitcher as well.
Yes.
Great pitcher. All right. Big
Let's start.
Yeah, Big Eiffel already saying Carr. We got some people that joined. My favorite head coach, John. How you doing, Coach Erica? We got some John Eric players watching as well. All right. So we got a good group on right now. I got another comment before we get to who wins the Catholic League. Some of these matchups I'm hearing over the summer scheduled for next cycle. Hey. That's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. JT. All right, here we go. Who wins the Catholic League? Let's get into it.
Let's build it up, right?
All right. I'm gonna start with Edna Carr, the
favorite.
One of the best quarterbacks returning, John Johnson. Now he loses three excellent wide receivers in Teron Francis, Dejon Smith, and Oliver Mitchell. But they just reload. They reload, so they plugging in more receivers. Greg Wilford from Destrehan has transferred to Edna Carr.
That's crazy.
That is big. They got O linemen. One is Speedy Noel's cousin, I believe, or nephew, and you got another one. I think his name is Zarian. Hope I'm saying his name right. Two O linemen that's being heavily recruited. O line is big. You got Trey Garrison at running back. That I think is going to Nichols, I think, but he committed to a school. Defensively, it starts with Big Richard Anderson.
Best player in the state.
Hey, I ain't denying it. Big Richard.
That guy can get after it a lot.
Oh, can he get after it, man? And he lost 30 pounds. He's 330, 340 now. Good God. And then, to me, the best safety in the state is Aiden Hall. He's going to LSU as well. And he can play nickelback. He can play strong. He can play free. He can play all three positions. He's that good. He's that good. Corners. Go ahead.
If we're doing a car game, I need to get a hold of Richard and tell him, hey, man, LSU ain't the place, dog. Go to Ann Arbor. Just saying.
Man, that man going to LSU.
Just saying. Recruiting, baby.
Leave that man alone. Also, the corners. You got Hayward Howard going to Texas. You got Maurice Williams going to Colorado. That car just loaded. And then now, let's go to St. Augustine. But Sean Coulon returns at quarterback. Cliff Hill is back at running back. You have Miguel and I think Ray Sean is his name. The two big-time receivers that's being recruited by every school in the nation. You have those guys. Defensively, they're pretty sound. They lost some people, but they plugged people back in. Only question with St. Aug that people have been saying is, will their offensive line be able to hold up? That's what people have been saying. That's a question mark. John Curtis, to me, for some reason, this team with John Curtis is reminding me of the team that won the state championship with Dag and Bruno. And people are saying, look out for John Curtis. Jesuit is a team, I said, when we talked like a month ago, I said, watch out for Jesuit. Now, losing Forstall to IMG, that's a big blow for Jesuit. Yeah, that's a big blow for Jesuit, man. Gosh, you got a defensive end like that, man, that's a big blow right there. Huge blow. Rummel, they lost some people, but Rummel's still going to be good. You got Corian Hawkins at running back. Skylar Green's son, Micah Green's a senior now at wide receiver. You got some playmakers on defense from Rummel, so Rummel's going to be good. Holy Cross, I'm telling y'all, Holy Cross, we'll be back in the playoffs this year. The quarterback, I don't know his last name, but his first name is Kobe. And I want to say he's committed to Southeastern. He looks like Cam Newton 2.0. Then you got Corinne Johnson at running back. You got a good defensive backfield. They're not bad at all. They're not bad at all. But other than that, I know I'm forgetting Warren
Brother
Easton
Martin.
and Brother Martin. I mean, Warren Easton. I'm gonna say Warren Easton is back in the playoffs this year also. Warren Easton. And Warren Easton will be a much improved team. Carl Reed at quarterback will be, it's his senior year. He's going to put on a show. Carl Reed will put on a show this year. Going to be more experienced. The talent is there. Coach Phillips, a great coach. Warren Easton, look out. Brother Martin, I love Coach Bonice. I love his offensive scheme. I always have. Even when he was OC at Shaw, I love his offensive scheme. I do. And you got Rex LeBlanc, Rowan Lipscomb, and Easton Royal as your 3 wide receivers. And then you have, what's the quarterback name? Because his brother plays somewhere, and I'm trying to remember his name, and he's going to be a junior, I believe. I'm about to get it. Hold on. Hudson Fields.
That's
The
Jacksonville.
younger brother of former Rumble quarterback Chandler Fields.
Chandler.
Yep. He's at Brother Martin. So I'm telling y'all, Catholic League, it's going to be tough. Your thoughts right quick before we say who we think will win the Catholic League.
I mean, you pretty much gave a pretty blunt assessment of some teams. And look, let's go to St. Augustine
Thank you,
first.
Big Eiffel. Zion Wesley was the old lineman for Carl talking about. Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead, buddy.
Okay. Let's start with some of the teams that are not considered the favorites, and I want to go to St. Augustine.
Okay.
Because I look at that team and Vashawn Coulon, and I know I made a joke on our chat about the comparisons of Vashawn and Vashawn. That's a private joke. It's fun. We're just having a little fun. It involves picks. But that young man made tremendous strides in year one as a starter. Mm-hmm. And remember, Robert Valdez, it's his second year instilling that culture change. Another school that needed a culture change in St. Augustine. Valdez did a great job. And let's not forget how they finished. They finished strong and lost a tooth and nail game at St. Thomas More by 1. And teams better than them, quite honestly, were dominated by STM. And before we continue, I do want to mention, because I'm friends with Cole Bergeron's dad. Cole's going to announce his collegiate choice Thursday. That's the quarterback for St. Thomas More. He's going to announce Thursday where he's going, so you can get that out of the way and focus on the season. So there's a little bit of news right there for you. But St. Aug, second year with Coach Valdez, got the talent pool that you mentioned. I think Coulon settling in and developing a rapport with those guys on offense. I think the trenches are going to have to be a key. They lose that stud on defense that went to Stewart. He went to where'd he go? Jakeem Stewart.
USC.
Yeah, of all places, a team that can't play spell defense, let alone play it. That's USC for you. But we'll see how he does there. Best of luck to him. But this is a team that's talented, and they are not afraid to play. They are not afraid of anybody. That's what I like. They're a fearless group. I think the Purple Knights are a serious contender. You mentioned everybody, but I'll break down. John Curtis, ignore them at your own risk. I'm just saying.
Your own risk, yeah.
Ignore them at your own risk, because just when you think, oh yeah, we got JT figured out. Yeah, he's getting too old for this thing. Hold up, boys. That man's there's a reason why that man is the wizard of high school football and the best ever to do it. Okay. That team is going to lie in the weeds and let the prognosticators talk. Oh yeah, they got these and fuel for the fire. John Curtis is going to be dangerous. The only question I have with the Patriots is this. Matchups are key in a district like this. And to be honest, when you line them up against that in the car, it's not a good thing. Carr has had the measure of them the last few years, and in decisive fashion. It hasn't been close. Games they've been 2 to 3 touchdown spreads. Unless Curtis.
Hold on now, but you got to remember, not this season, but last season, JT Curtis defeated Carr, and that was for the national record.
He did. And then it, of course, was wrongly taken away behind some political nonsense. But we'll leave that. That's another discussion.
It wasn't taken away. They still recognize it.
Yeah. Well,
I think the
we know.
LHSAA is the one that I think is trying to take it away. But the national scene and people, they have him number
Yeah, they've
one.
already acknowledged that fact.
Yeah,
So, so Curtis, Warren Easton is another team that if they could just get it together,
I think they will this year.
there's been a lot of off the field craziness with them. Warren Easton, there was a lot of controversy over the last 2 years. I think if they could just put the focus and center back on football, Carl Reed is a guy I liked. We did a game with them last year
Yeah,
against was it Kennedy? Yeah,
Kennedy. Kennedy.
Kennedy, and Kennedy won that game. But still, Carl Reed, wide eyed, I thought the lights were a little big that night, but look what happened after that.
I
He
remember
had
Carl Reed
moments.
got hurt that game too.
He did. He got banged up a lot and got banged up in that game.
Yeah,
But look what he did after that game, the remainder of the season. I mean, he once he shook back from the injury, when he got back, things started to come a little better for him. I feel like if Warren Easton can eliminate, the injury bug ravaged them last year. Warren Easton,
yeah,
it was bad, and if they can get it right this year, they're a team that can look. There's so many teams in this Catholic League that you can make somewhat cases for to win it. You mentioned Holy Cross. I'm not sure they have enough weaponry in the arsenal to hang with the big guys in this league.
I think you're gonna be a little bit shocked. I
I don't
think
know.
you can be a little bit shocked. I'm telling you.
They're well they're well coached. That I know. And I don't think they will disgrace themselves. I just think at the end of the day, depth speaks loudly for me. And I think they'll compete. I just don't know if they have enough on the table to knock off a St. Augustine, to knock off a Carr, a Jesuit. Let's know about the Jays. Because I remember you a month ago, and I was thinking about them too. I mean, because Ryan Manali is an outstanding coach.
Yes, sir.
I don't think there's any question that guy can coach, and he could squeeze blood out of a ton of more than better than a lot of guys. And that's what you're doing here with Jesuit. I think this is a team that's going to lie in wait. Another team that could, sit around and say, y'all got us fifth, sixth, fourth, whatever the prognosticators have us. We're going to show y'all. We'll see. I think Jesuit has a chance to compete, really do certain things. Brother Martin, you and I are in kindred spirits here because I'm a big fan of Mark Moniz and his coaching style too. His acumen, his offensive acumen is off the chain good. I don't know about this team this year though. I think they got dudes on the outside that could do some damage offensively. They're going to score a lot of points. I think the other side of the ball is the question you have to answer. Can they get it enough to maybe pick off a couple of games in the league? Win your non-district games. This is the thing about the Catholic League. A lot of these teams that are playing it are going to play non-district foes of high profile. Look at Carr, opening game. Shaw goes to them. Two state champions on the same field. But look what Carr did to him at Shaw last year. 48 on a high grass field, on a messy field.
He said,
It was high grass. It was. You don't want to say it.
messed up field with all the rain that happened.
Yeah, y'all pulled a Michigan against Florida State years ago.
There
That's what
you go.
happened.
Now, there you go. You still
No.
stuck on that. Take your loss. Go
hmm
ahead, man. Take your
I'm
loss.
just picking, but no. But all I'm saying, the key is there's a lot of, and just saw in the chat, Curtis is going to. I need to do my research on California, the
They're gonna
California team they're
put a
playing.
team out there. Yeah.
If it's Concord or Dallas or somebody, I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But
It's not them. Not them.
okay, it's not any of them cats, but still, California's got some good football now, better than
Hell
Louisiana.
yeah.
I'm sorry to say, just sorry to say, Cali, we got it better than y'all. Y'all might have the individual skill set, but we got teams that are better than y'all. But Curtis is going to answer a couple of questions right away. Who am I missing? That's with Brother Martin, Holy Cross. Let's go to Edna Carr.
Go ahead.
I mean, they are the favorite, as they should be. They are the reigning state champions. And when last we saw them, they made mincemeat out of a very good Alexandria team. They made very short work of that team. And it wasn't that we were surprised that they won. We looked at each other and were like, wow, for what Alexandria had did on the way to the Dome and during the regular season, what they did to get there and win that district the way they did in decisive fashion, because that's a district with West Monroe,
Neville, Rustin. Yeah.
Neville, Ruston. Those are some heavy, heavy hitters from
Yeah.
up there. Those aren't slugs and bums. I mean, those are teams that could play and have won a lot Well, Ruston did it last year because they got it made. They were made mincemeat in the dome. But Alex, Carr hanging 56 was it
53,
54,
53.
53? That shouldn't have happened, but it did. What
It
did
did.
that tell you? Bryce Brown had Edna Carr locked in, and they were just zoned in and dominated. What are they going to do for a repeat? Look, there's nobody in this league that can get it like John Johnson. And then you get your guy from Destrehan that transfers over.
Yeah, Greg Wilford.
I think the rapport needs to develop early. I think they're not going to struggle, but I think it's more of a timing thing with with the new receivers that they have because they do graduate some people. I think once that gets in, look, Richard Anderson is that dude. I mean, here's a good debate. Who's a better impact player at this level? Was it Shaquem Stewart or is it Richard Anderson?
Ooh, ooh,
That's a good question,
ooh.
huh?
That's a good question, man. We'll answer that
Hmm.
another day. We'll answer that
Yeah, we'll
another
do.
day.
I'm just throwing it out there, and I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure somebody's going to answer in the chat. I put it out there
Oh,
on to get the interaction going. It's football season almost here,
yeah.
but when and pretty much this is our mindset of where this league is this year. And look, there's a question I think you posted, or was it UTL, about which league is better, the Catholic League or the team with the
I
best?
don't know who posted it, but people were
But
sharing it, and I just shared it.
that's
Yeah,
a great no me neither, but that's a great debate question again for another day.
another day.
Um, Soon though, maybe soon before we dive into the season. But Jared, that's my look at the Catholic League, and I don't think I missed anybody.
No, you said
Um,
everybody. I'm
okay, I'm
gonna
making sure.
I'm gonna pass it back to you in 2 seconds. Jordan Taylor from Under the Lights. Anyone moving out or moving in the Catholic League next year for next cycle? So I would say this, Jordan. It's gonna depend. I would say the only team will be
Sure.
Warren Easton that may move out. Shaw not moving up, not yet. I would say it might be Warren Easton moving out if the enrollment numbers are down. That's the only team I can see moving out. Nobody else is going to move into the Catholic League. And
I think.
Reggie Johnson, your son, graduated from Brother Martin. Why are you still cheering for them? Cheer for your alma mater now. Your son gone. You didn't go to Brother Martin. All right. Anyway, George Peppers, I'm passing this back to you. Who wins the Catholic League in your eyes?
Before I answer, I wanted to get a piece of that question too. So, to you, Shaw's enrollment isn't going to get there this next cycle because I
I
think
seriously doubt it.
Shaw can't get up.
I seriously doubt it. I think
Okay,
Shaw will be
but
a 4A,
Warren Easton, you
4B
know what Warren Easton? Okay, you know what with Warren Easton though, if they move out, it's got to be because the LHSA has to put a clear definition on select and non-select. I don't think Warren Easton defines as a select school, just like Jefferson Parish. How in
Well,
the world do
there's
you
a
have them
bunch of
catch
schools
as
in
select schools?
Jefferson and Orleans Parish that are Jefferson public schools, charter schools, magnet schools in Jefferson Parish and Orleans are automatically in the select league. I don't I don't understand it. I can't define it why, but that's the rule the LHSAA made. That's it.
I think we need a clear definition of that. I think at the end of the day, but let's get back to the question at
Yes,
hand. Who
sir.
wins the Catholic League after talking these teams over? If you want to be if we had VK, he would be the contrarian, wouldn't he?
Might be.
But us might be. He might pick Curtis. I don't know. Um, well, we'll ask him later on if he joins us. But for me, to be the champ, you gotta beat the champ. And I'm not sure. I think there's some obviously quality teams, hence the debate about where this league is, how good it is. Until you do it, they got the best player on the field offensively in this league, John
And
Johnson.
defensively.
And
And
with that,
defensively.
I think exactly. I think John Johnson leads Card to the district title and may not be their only championship this year. Again, it might be rinse, lather, repeat.
Okay. Okay. My turn. I say the John Curtis Patriots will finish in third place. Third place, they'll finish 5-2 in district play. 5-2. They beat everybody except the two teams that will play for the district championship in week I'm gonna tell you what week that is. Week.
I
I say
forgot
week.
one team,
Week. What team you forgot?
Rummel.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
forgot the Raiders. So, I mean, I'm picking Carter to win the district, but don't ignore Nick Monica and Rummel. That's another team
No.
that was absolutely beset by injuries last year. They came with it down the stretch. Got a little, it just was a tough year. I think if they could, another team that could stay healthy, they can find themselves near the front page of that Catholic League, not first, but I think on the left side of the league. Where you're third, second, fourth, something like
Yeah.
that.
So all right. So John Curtis to me will finish third, five
Who's
and
second?
two. Yeah, third place. 5-2, third place. They'll beat every team except the two teams who will play each other in week 5. That will be for first place, in my opinion. That is the St. Augustine Purple Knights against the Edna Carr Cougars. That game will determine who wins the district, in my opinion. And of course, I could be wrong. Other stuff can happen. Yes, 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 of course. But we looking at it right now on paper. This is what we're going by. I think St. Augustine and Edna Carr will be a great game. It will be a great game, I think. Edna Carr has gotten the best of St. Augustine for some years now. 3 years for sure in a row in the Catholic League, and I think they played before they even got to the Catholic League, and Edna Carr was winning those games. But when it's all said and done, when that clock hits zero, that Friday night, week 5, as of right now, the game is in Berman at Berman Stadium. The Edna Carr Cougars will be the district champions of the Catholic League. That is what will happen. I picked the Edna Carr Cougars. I mean, you looking at, think about it. Hayward Howard, Maurice Williams sticking the two good receivers from Edna Carr. You got John Johnson. You got Fashawn Coulon. And then you got the receivers Carr going to have, the running backs on both teams, and then the defense for Edna Carr. I think that's going to be the difference of how Edna Carr will win that game. Their defense with Big Rich making things happen. Edna Carr, district champs. Hold on. Reggie, hold on. Now, time out, Reggie. You're not going to sit here and say every time y'all pick St. Aug, they suck. Hold on, no, bro. St. Aug don't suck. Let's get that straight. You ain't going to do that, bro. You're not going to come on this show and disrespect none of these teams. Okay? St. Aug does not suck. I would sit here and tell you, don't be surprised if you see St. Aug in the semifinals. I'm telling you right now, bro.
You
Do
need to
not
kick
be
him out of the.
surprised.
You need to kick him out of the Shaw alumni picnic. I mean,
Look, that may be the only game St. Aug lose this season. That may be.
you think St. Aug beats Curtis?
I got St. Aug second in district. I do.
Because that's the last game of the year.
That's cool. I got St. Aug second place in the district. I do. It's Edna Carr 1, Aug 2, Curtis 3. And the crazy thing is, those 3 may be in the semifinals. It's crazy. That's
Be
just how
wild.
tough this league is.
Yep.
So yeah, look, that's just my pick. People watching me gonna say, "Man, JB the sports guy picked us to finish second behind Carr." Don't take it seriously, people. Please don't take it seriously.
It's our opinions.
Big Eiffel says Carr first, Brother Martin second, Curtis third. Okay, Brother Martin. Hey, look, Brother Martin with those weapons they got, I'm not gonna be surprised. I'm really not. I think every team from the Catholic League this year makes the playoffs. That's just how good this league is going to be this year. I think it's more competitive than what it's going to be than what it was last year. But yeah, I'm telling you guys, that's my picks. Edna Carr wins the district. St. August second, John Curtis is third, and those 3 teams possibly can make the semifinals because they're going to be that good. Go ahead, George Peppers. I pass it back to you.
I mean, I've got Carr winning it, but I'm going to go Curtis 2, St. Aug 3 because lessons learned from a long time ago. When you fool around and go against John Curtis It's going to bite you in the proverbial butt.
The
Simple as
one
that.
thing I like about John Curtis from last year, they struggled through the regular season, but turned it around when the playoffs started
Yep.
and got to the semifinals and lost to Alexandria.
A bad
So
quarter did him in.
yeah, bad quarter. So
Mm.
if they take that wave of momentum they had in the playoffs and use that going forward, John Curtis is gonna be dangerous. They're gonna be
Very.
dangerous. Go
See
ahead,
what they
but
do in that opening. See what they do in that opening week against the California school. And look, those schools are held in high regard. We'll learn about that after week one. And Curtis is not afraid to schedule.
no,
But teams are afraid to play them.
yeah,
But that was at their zenith. They're not at their zenith now. They're a little bit away from it, not far. But teams are not as intimidated as they were 5, 6 years ago to play them. They're not afraid to play them. They're like, oh, they're not that good. JT, we could get them.
oh, some
You
people
know,
may think that, but that is still John Curtis. You got to
it
remember that.
is. So, and the other matchup that they've always had issue with in this Catholic League is St. Aug. It's in against St. Augustine. So that's apples and oranges to pick second and third. I feel like it's razor thin with those two.
The whole league
It's
make the
really
playoffs this year. The whole league.
oh,
I'm
absolutely.
booking it. I'm booking the whole league makes the playoffs this year.
It's just a matter of how the PowerPoints are going to play out.
That's it.
Who's going to be, that's what, and you're talking about the chance that three of them get to the semis. They may have to run into each other at some point in these playoffs.
It could happen.
So,
It could
and it
happen.
could happen, but it will ensure that at least a handful of these teams can find their way to the semis, and maybe we get an all Catholic League final. Hint, hint. Car St. Aug,
Carl Curtis.
maybe something like Car
Martin.
Curtis St. Aug would be a shocker if it is not Car. Nobody's
Yeah,
and Nick Campbell. You say that,
I think it'd be a shocker if Carr's not there. I think it'd be a huge shock.
yeah. And I remember the last time they weren't there, what Bryce Brown, the first time they didn't make it to the dome. I remember running into him 2021 in the press box, and he said, "I almost forgot where to park." I'm so
Yeah,
used to getting on the bus to get in
on
the
the bus
dome.
going straight there. Yeah.
He would bring his own personal vehicle because his team went there, and it was like, man, it took me a while because I forgot where to park. That to me was the statement of statements. And VK was right there next to me when he made that statement. It was in the press box before Bryce went on with Kennedy do. I forgot. I think it was the Curtis Brother Martin final.
Hmm.
That final. That so, but that was wild. But uh, we got a couple more weeks, man, and we itching. And it's not because of the fleas and mosquitoes. It ain't none of that. It's football season coming around the corner. And anybody wants to come at me with the fact that when we had football last week, no, it ain't. That's scrimmages. Stop it with the Hall of Fame game. Now, you acknowledge the guys that got in. Congratulations to them, Sterling Sharp, and those guys that got in. But for us, this is, I guess, the quiet. And I don't want to say quiet before the storm because we live in Louisiana, right? So we don't want to say all that. We don't want to use that other word. So I'm not going to use it. I did. I recant. But it's the calm before the busyness that we are going to have, the busy schedule that you, me, and VK are going to have. 2 shows a week, football, 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 2 games a week. And we're going to intersperse basketball with football later this year. So we've got a busy schedule ahead of us. Hopefully, we're good to go.
No, we
And I
gonna
know we will. I know we will be. We'll
we
be
gonna make
fine.
it. We gonna make it. Jordan Taylor says last year with both Division One boys, big boy football returns soon. Hey, I'm not gonna say nothing about it yet. I'm gonna wait till I actually see this happening. I heard
So
that. I heard that it's just gonna be a Class 5A. Everybody. That's what I heard. Come next season, I'm gonna wait and see what happens. Because if they do
mhm,
that, you know what I'm gonna say. Bring back 4A, 3A, 2A, and 1A. Get rid of
and
all divisions. That's what I'm gonna say. I'll tell you that right
because you
now.
put in the best of the best. Look at the matchups last year. I don't think it would have worked last year. I mean, kudos to what Central did and how impressive they were, but they beat a Ruston team that was clearly not ready to play. Clearly. There's no way you play that game 10 times and tell me Central's 42-0 every time. No,
No, it
sir.
ain't. No, it won't be
It was
42.
the most impressive and most dominant performance, but you're asking me that could that performance be replicated 9 times out of 10? No. Again, kudos to what they did and they were great on that night. But if Central plays Carr, this might be a redux of Alexandria Carr.
Mm,
I think it would have
I
been.
don't. I don't think Carl would have beat them as bad as they beat Alexandria, but I think Carl would have
They
won.
would have they would have whooped them pretty soundly. I
I
think.
don't know, man.
Uh,
What
I
you
think so.
what you saying? How many points you think they would beat Central by?
I'd say by 21.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right.
No disrespect. Again, I just prefaced it. No disrespect intended at all. I just looked at Carr, and they were stratospherically better than anybody I saw.
It's best team. It's the best
Last
team in the
year.
state last year.
Oh,
Probably
well,
the
I
best
don't
team
think
in the
there's
state
any
again this
question.
year. Yeah.
I'd love to hear anybody debate us and say, "Oh, there's another team better than them." Who? No, it's those guys.
We'll see.
You know, yeah, we
T-
will.
TC, yeah, no doubt, man. You're gonna see me at show when y'all come down. Definitely, definitely. Make that
Oh, St.
happen.
James comes to y'all this year, right?
Yeah, St. James come to show. Yep. Yeah. So Nick Campbell says, I've been told y'all that Central's the new bully. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah,
Prove it.
I'm saying it. Catholic League, every team will be in the playoffs this season. I'm booking it. Warren Easton will get a Catholic League win this year. I'm booking it. I'm telling you, take my words on this. They all gonna be in the playoffs, all 8 teams. They're gonna be there.
And
Now,
to make me came mad. Say Warren Easton will beat St. Aug.
see, man, see.
I'll be picking on VK.
No, not VK. I ain't talking about VK. About this next comment I'm about to put up. See, you sat there and said Edna Carr would beat Central by 21. I was like, okay. I got double digits too, but I'm not above where you are. Look at our buddy say. Coach John Johnson, it'll be a blowout.
See, I mean, I agree. I agree. Central's defense would have given you issue early, but John would have done some damage. All right, Jordan Taylor, I know that's you under the lights. I hear you, my dog. Look, if that matchup would have happened, put up whatever you want. I'll give you points. I would give you points.
Oh
I'm just
man.
telling you, Carr was stratospherically better than anybody we saw last year.
Anybody. All right. So we all have, well, me and George, we don't have VK yet, but he should be popping in anytime soon now. It's about to be 8 o'clock. But me and George, we have Edna Carr winning the district. Nick Campbell says no. Warren Easton will not win. I guess he's saying they're not going to win a district game this year and they're not making the playoffs. I guess that's what Nick Campbell's saying, and I'm going to disagree with him. Warren Easton will win a district game this year, and I'm still saying every team in the Catholic League will make the playoffs. So me and my buddy Nick Campbell, we're going to disagree on that, brother.
I vehemently disagree. I'll make you a wager, Nick.
You like
telling me a
making
team with
wagers with
Carl
people,
Reed?
boy.
I do. Boy, don't man. Listen, Nick Campbell, this one's for you. Paul Reed is that quarterback. He's that good. He's a very good quarterback. And you're telling me with that guy, they are bageling the district? No, sir. I completely disagree.
I'm gonna say this, Nick Campbell. Make sure you back on tomorrow. We talk about the rural parishes and Bayou Parishes district. Make sure you back on tomorrow. All right, let's move on to the next district. I said done 3 districts, not just 2. We had time to do 3. Well, when VK come along, it might just be enough for 2. Anyway, all right, moving on to District 9-4A. That has the Shaw Eagles, the St. Charles Comets, that has Bell Chase, and that has Kenner Discovery. Coach Creighton is the new coach at Kenner Discovery, and we can all say that his job is to build this program up to get to the levels of a Bell Chase, St. Charles Catholic, and the Shaw. So he has some work to do, and he's going to do his best to make it a good program. Coach PJ Sprunk is no longer there; he's at Haynes. But hey, Coach Sprunk had Kenner Discovery in the playoffs during his tenure at Kenner Discovery. Can Coach Creighton have Kenner Discovery in the playoffs too? Yes, he can, without a doubt. I think it can happen. Bell Chase, they in the playoffs every year. And then Coach Stein and his team, very well disciplined team, very fundamentally sound. And then you have the Shaw Eagles, 9 starters back on defense. That's a veteran group right there. Veteran group that just understands everything. Offensively, you have 8 new starters on offense. And now that takes a time, that takes time to gel and for things to get right. Um, with that, with that being said, I think the district will come between Shaw and St. Charles in week 10. Week 10, they're going to battle it out at Archbishop Shaw. And when it's all said and done, your district champs will be the Shaw Eagles for a fourth straight year. What you got, buddy? Can you hear me? George.
I can, yeah, your picture is
That's
frozen.
okay.
I
That's
can
okay.
hear
Let it be
you.
frozen. We good. Go ahead.
I can hear you. Okay. Be silly. All right. So we got 9-4A. And for those of you that say it's a foregone conclusion and make assumptions that Shaw wins it, hang tight. We're about to learn you a little bit. Kenner Discovery, let's start with them. Because they feel like the outsiders of this foursome, right?
Yeah.
They do lose PJ Sprunk. They had a magical year last year. Ended abruptly against the Struma in the second round of the playoffs.
No, 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 no.
A game we did last year
That was
on our
Haynes.
playoff
That was
road.
Haynes. Kenner Discovery lost to
Yeah, we
LaRoger.
did.
Kenner
Oh, Haynes.
Discovery
I'm
lost
sorry.
to
Yeah.
LaRoger. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, buddy.
Okay. Goodness gracious. I don't know what the heck's going on. Um, no, it's this stupid thing. Restream. Um,
Oh,
anyway,
it's
let me
your
get back on
internet.
point.
Go.
KD,
Your
they feel
internet.
like the rank. It's Team Internet. Yeah, that's what if you saw your home text. They feel like the rank outsider in this group, and for good, I think for good reason. I'm not sure they have the depth and the pieces needed to compete. I think they won't disgrace themselves, but I just don't. I think 5-5, maybe something like that. You know,
Okay.
maybe 6-4. Maybe they win games outside of district
I would say
that can
that's a
give
good
them
year
an
for them.
inflated record. But what's that?
I say that's a good year. If they go 5-5, six and
Hold
four.
on, let
I
me
say
do
that's a
one
good year.
thing. It It is. Now let's go to Belchase and Stephen Myers. You know, they've always teased, they've always been that team to like be on the precipice and they don't disgrace themselves. They go out there and they play smash mouth football, they get physical, they beat you up, but they don't wow you offensively. You know, they're not a team that's gonna be like, man, they're not they're not a team that's gonna be like, oh boy, I gotta pay to see them play offense. And it's I'm not no shade at Stephen Myers and that staff. I just don't think they have the breakaway athletes that they usually do. I think they're a sound football team and they'll compete. Now let's go to St. Charles, the Comets, and Wayne Grubb. I warned you last year. I thought the hangover of Calvary Baptist was gonna affect them, and it did. It did. So I think they bounced back this year. I think they're a team that can really make hay. And then one team that could give Shaw problems. Now, where is Shaw in this pick of the kitty litter? They are the undoubted favorites, and because of their defense, they graduate a ton offensively. Once that offense gets its bearings and once Hank gets the coordination done with them, I think it's them and St. Charles playing for the title. I think Shaw will be a team better as the year progresses. I think they're going to have some bumps and bruises early. I don't know if I like that matchup against Carr, and they lost it with a senior laden offense last year by a lot on your field. Um, I think I think this year could be maybe it might not be pretty because you're going to Berman. But that said, if they lick their wounds from that, the schedule lightens up considerably outside of district, and I think that that they could use that to get some keys on offense and get things going. Defensively, they're going to be lights out. But at the end of the day, are we picking this right now, or are we just assessing the teams as we speak?
You can pick it right now. Go ahead.
Okay, we can do that. So I go first this time. All right. Um, I'm going to pick Shaw to win a district and St. Charles second. It's a cold. I think Shaw beat Charles in week 10 at Joe Zimmerman, and they win the district. But both teams, I'll call this both teams quarterfinalists.
Okay. Okay. I got Shaw winning the district against St. Charles Catholic, and I don't know where he just went. I hope he come back. But anyway, I got there you go. I got Shaw winning. I got Shaw winning the district against St. Charles Catholic. I think St. Charles Catholic will be better next year than they were this past season. This upcoming season will be better than what they were last year. I believe. I think they'll be a better team. But Coach Stein is a wonderful coach, and he and his staff does a great job. And like I said, they're fundamentally sound. They're a great disciplined team. It's hard to beat them. It is hard to beat them, and we're going to see when they hook up with Newman on a Thursday night, September 4th. We'll see what they're made of off the get-go. But I think Shaw wins the district again. Yeah, we should have done 3 of them. I might add another one tomorrow. We'll see. We should have done 3. We ain't got VK yet, so we could have did 3 of them. But yes, Turkey Week. Jordan said Turkey Week, boys and girls, and what you said to Shaw and St. Charles Catholic being both making the quarterfinals. So we'll see, man. We'll see about that. But man, we are. Football season is here. It's here. We get scrimmages in 2 weeks. We got jamborees in 3 weeks. And then after that, it's go time. It is week 1. And I cannot wait. I'm excited. And I'm doing these practice field tours. Like I said, John Everett is already posted on the YouTube page of JB the Sports Guy. And I was at Shaw today, and I'll have them posted tomorrow. And Jordan Taylor says East Bank baseball team is down 5-2 in the championship game. Last at bat. Ew, ain't looking good. Ain't looking good for the East Bank and Jefferson Parish to get back to the Little League World Series. So back to you, Peppers, if you're still there. There he is.
I am.
Back to you, Peppers. While we got a little bit more time on our hands, what is a team in your head? Any team, any division, any class. What is a team in your head that can make some noise this year that didn't make a lot of noise last year?
Good question. That's a good one. When you define not a lot of noise, it's a team that probably would struggle 4-6, 5-5, early exit of the playoffs, something like that. So we're looking for somebody like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good question. Damn. I'll tell you one team that I think can make some hay, and it's not a local team. I think they'll do some damage if they can fix their issues defensively. Evangel.
Okay.
With Peyton Houston still there. He's still there. Another Evangel, if they can tighten up the defense, get that thing squared away, they're going to score a ton of points. But they were dismissed easily by you guys last year in the playoffs. Shaw walloped them last year in the playoffs.
That was the year before. The year before.
I think the year before. But if they tighten this defense up, I think they're a team that could be one of those Shreveport sleepers. Another team from that area, Airline. I mean, this is a team that teases,
every year
can score 80 points a game, but can't stop a Thornton to win.
Every year because of the offense they got.
Yeah, but where did they go? How far did they go last year?
Quarterfinals, lost to
See,
Destrehan.
What was the impact? I know, but it was a Destrehan team that went up there with purpose, and they popped them.
Yes.
Right. They played their tempo, and they were able to handle them. So, And as far as locals, man, if I say this team, I'm thinking about it. I think second year head coach, first year had some really good moments, but in the overall grand scheme of things, didn't do enough. Hornville.
Hornville made noise. What are you
I
talking
think
about? They
Hornville could be a
made
team that could make
noise.
that take
They
that
were
proverbial next step.
co-district champions. They made noise.
Where did they go last year? Yeah, but what they didn't. They no, come on. I mean, what did they do? They finished second in the district, no, third
No,
in the
they were
district,
co-district
right?
champions. That was their first district championship since I think
Co-district
Boca year.
champions. Oh, they didn't. They lost to Destrehan.
They
Oh, that's right. They
three-way
had that
tie.
three-way tie.
Yes,
Jesus, I forgot that. Yeah, I forgot. I forgot. I know Destrehan had beat them.
they
I
wore the
completely
eight.
forgot
They
that it
wore
was
the
a
eighth
three-way tie
seed in
in
the
that
power
district.
rankings.
And went out
Second time
when.
Chalmette.
Thank you.
But they made noise.
They don't lose that game, but that was a controversial
Yeah.
finish. That's not noise. Noise is getting to the semifinals.
Oh, come on, George. Come on,
So
George. Wait a minute,
that's
George.
little noise. It's
No,
not big
George, you're
noise.
not gonna do that to them, man.
I'm being technical.
You're not gonna do that, George. The Hornville
No, I'm not doing that.
Tigers.
I'm not doing that. No, no,
Yeah,
no.
please don't, because man, you gonna have the people. No, Hornville
Uh,
made noise. The community was
I
talking
I
about
need
them.
them in the
They're
dome this year.
excited for this season. Come on, George.
I think they might outright win that district, but we'll talk about that district down the road. They might outright win it.
Tomorrow.
They might.
We'll talk about this
That's tomorrow.
Yes. Yes.
I want to hear my guy's opinion on that district. I can't wait to hear whose opinion.
I know you can't. This is what I'm gonna say, and it's one team. It's one team, and I think this team will make a lot of noise this year. And you might see this team make a deep playoff run, and that team is the West St. John Rams. I think this is the year for Coach Deron Thomas and his crew to make some noise. When I talked to Coach Deron Thomas in the Dome, I went up to him and said, hey, your third year, this team's gotten better. You made the playoff this season. I said, I think you about to really push through. He said, oh, we about to push through for real. And all I'm going to say is I told the word about South Plaquemines last year. A lot of people didn't believe me, but my man Jordan Taylor did when I told him. I said, South Plaquemines is going to be that team. And lo and behold, they won the state championship. I'm not saying West St. John will win the state championship, but I think West St. John this year makes a deep playoff run. And when I say deep playoff run, I'm talking about Thanksgiving week, the quarterfinals. So look out for
maybe further.
Hey, maybe further. I'm not saying that now. I'm not saying they can get there, but can it happen? Yes, it can. Yes.
There's still the specter of Riverside in that district. Yes, they graduated that district last year, but Brock Bourgeois is still the quarterback, and they still got some dudes on defense that can get it. So there's still that, and I think we have.
But the thing is, West St. John is in non-select. Riverside's in select. We're talking playoffs.
No, I'm saying in the district when we talk about that district.
Okay, I got
in the previews when we talk about it, because that's a very competitive outlet. That group, West St. John's and the non-selects, and maybe we see them in New Orleans. Who knows? Things got to break a little bit, seedings, and of course, matchups. It's all about matchups when you get to the playoffs. Who can we beat? Who are we going to have issue with? I think West St. John's a team I'm excited for too. I think they could really make a lot of noise in advance of the season, but we'll see. If they continue to progress like they have had the first 2 years, I fully expect them to be a problem for a lot of teams. There's going to be some migraines down there in Edgar for teams that try to beat them. So we'll see.
All right. We got some questions. Anybody got questions about any teams right quick? Y'all got some questions? Go ahead and ask those questions. We got a little time on our hands. We'll answer them to the best of our ability. Jordan Taylor, do we see a similar run in Chalmette? Woo. I say this, Jordan. I say, that's another good question, Jordan. I'll get to that one in a second. I'll go first, George. I see Chalmette once again winning their district. And you can pretty much call it the Slidell district because it's Chalmette. And then they got to go to Slidell for all the away games. That's North Shore, Salmon, Slidell, and I think Fountain Blue, the only other team that's not in Slidell. But I think Chalmette wins the district again. And they had a magical run last year. Went and defeated Terrebonne. Went and defeated Hornville. They had to go to Neville and lost that game. And they were a 25 seed, I believe, George, 24 or 25 seed. So, could it happen again? It depends on the matchups, depending where they are in the rankings. So I'm not going to doubt that it doesn't happen because it can happen. It can, but definitely they will be district champions. What you say about Chalmette, George Peppers?
I agree. I mean, look, that is a well coached outfit in Jason Tucker. He maximizes what he can get out of that group, and they're going to be the best thing that could have happened was moving into that district. Okay, the travel at that area is a little different because you got to cross Lake Pontchartrain and all that. But that's for the administrators to figure out a budget. So leave the football on the football aspect. It's greater. But when you look at that district, I mean, you got Slidell, you got Covington, Fontainebleau, Mandeville, St. Paul. It's not easy, hey, but remember, it's broken up into two sections: the Slidell section and the Covington section.
Yeah.
So, with that said, I think Chalmette's the decided favorite. A similar run to make in the playoffs, though, Jordan. Again, it depends on matchups. When we get to November and we get to the playoff brackets, and if they draw matchups that are feasible, then yeah. But again, let's see. Come back at us when we get the brackets, and then we
All
will
right.
give you a more definitive answer.
All right. So I got another question right quick. I got a couple questions. I'm going to get to them all. Big
Let's get 'em.
Eiffel. Big Eiffel 75. Terrebonne going to be tough. Do you see them competing? Yes. Without a doubt. That's a strong, hard yes. I saw them up close and personal when they scrimmaged McDonald 35. That is on my YouTube page as well. Terrebonne has the biggest offensive line in the state. And those boys can move. Those boys can move. It's the biggest offensive line. They are just massive. And you got Alvin Celestin at running back, and then even his the other running back, I cannot remember his name. The power running back they have, he's strong. They're gonna bust some holes open that offensive line at Terrebonne. So will they be competitive? Will they be competing? Yeah, they competed last year. They defeated Destrehan. They lost to Hornville. Hornville lose to Destrehan. That was the three-way tie for district. And could it happen again? Yeah, it could, but I don't know. But yes, Terrebonne will compete. And this is the year Coach Tyler Lewis and his crew finally wins a playoff game. They had to go on the road to Westgate 2 years ago. Last year they hosted Chalmette. They lost those games. This the year Coach Tyler Lewis and his crew get out of the first round. It's happening. Book it. JB the sports guy said. Go ahead, George. Your thoughts about Terrebonne?
Anybody want to make money? Listen to Jared. Right? The confidence you ooze in that statement, I get it. And I agree. I think Terrebonne with that mammoth offensive line is going to do some real damage this year. Could they win that district? That answer is the more proverbial question you want to
You
answer.
saying
Can they
win
win
it
the
outright?
district?
You saying win it outright?
Yes. Yes. They absolutely positively can. You know, games are won and lost in the trenches. If you give your if you give your quarterbacks time to operate, you're going to do some damage. And that's a well coached outfit. Have they matured to the point to where they can get a playoff win? I think they have. I think they're a team that can do some really good things. The district itself is going to represent well. Why? Because they're going to play difficult schedules. PowerPoints are going to be at a premium. I think they can rank themselves inside the top 10, something like that. If they have the 8-2 year, 9-1 year, maybe something like that. If they get that, they can easily be in the top 10.
They were last
Yeah, I
year.
see.
They were last year.
Right.
They were number
They
9.
were 8 seed. They were 9 seed
9.
last year and got
They're 9
knocked off
seed.
by Chalmette.
Yeah.
But they caught lightning in a bottle. Chalmette went down there with a purpose, and you know, I don't want to say terrible and lightly regarded them. They thought, well, they're coming down here, nobody beats us, and all that. I think they're a more mature outfit this time, and maturation is so important for development. And yeah, Terrebonne absolutely can compete. They absolutely can.
All right. Next question from Jordan Taylor. Keep the questions coming, everybody. If y'all got some, we got time. How about Istruma? Quarterfinal team last year, and I
Hmm.
think they can get back to the quarterfinals. Coach Brian Glover is there now as the head coach. He departed East Jefferson to go to Istruma, and Coach Brian Glover is a great coach. Istruma will have a great year, chance to win the district championship. Also, that is a strong possibility this year that they could win the district championship. But I definitely see Istruma getting to the quarterfinals and district to select George Peppers. They got there last year. I can see them getting
They
back there
did.
again.
They did, but I think it's going to take time. Coach Glover is a different coach, good coach. It's going to take time to implement things to his standards. And I think Strom is a team you will hear more of in the second half of the season heading to the playoffs. I think they're absolutely capable of getting to the quarterfinals, but have they closed the gap against the premier teams in that division? I say no. I think they can get to the quarterfinals, but that's pretty much the max of what they can get.
You got to remember they
And
lost. They lost to Madison Prep in the quarter 7-6.
right, but have they close enough to go past them? You know, those teams are going to get better. Madison Prep was a team in transition last year, and they got to the semifinals, and then y'all dismissed them. I just, he's a good coach, good interview. I'm going to miss him down here at Jefferson Parish. Did good things at East Jefferson, great
Yeah.
things at East Jeff, and won the district last year. Um, Turns out was a poetic thing. But Istum is going to be good again. We saw them against Haynes Academy, and they throttled Haynes Academy last year in that playoff game that we did. They whooped them soundly. They got athletes. They do. But again, those teams in front of them that are better have Istruma closed the gap. Yes, they lost by a point to Madison Prep, but Madison Prep kind of semi up and down early, and then they got hot late. So let's see. I the finals definitely though.
All right. If you got any more questions, y'all, pop your questions. We got a little time. Is Eastern Royals from Austin Tyler? Is Eastern Royal the best wide receiver in the Catholic League? Woo-hoo-hoo. Man, you gonna do that, man? You gonna do that to us, man? You gonna do this? Oh man. You know you got
Man, come on, bro.
You got like these wide receivers in the Catholic League just they're loaded, man, with Miguel and gosh, I want to say his name is Ray Sean. If I'm messing it up, I'm sorry, but I'm looking at his face, man. These two dudes from St. Augustine, and man, but
Mm-hmm.
but I would say this. I'm gonna say this because I talked to some people who think he's not even the best receiver on their team, and I'm like, what? He's the right up the best receiver on their team. What are y'all talking about? And they're like, have you seen Rowan LeBlanc? I said, yeah, I seen Rowan LeBlanc. Yes, I have. And Rowan LeBlanc is good. Yes, he is. He's good. Rowan Lipscomb. I'm sorry, Rowan Lipscomb is good. He's very good. Rex LeBlanc is good. Eastern Royal, I would say, is still to me the best receiver on that team. But that's a solid three receivers. And I don't recall Brother Martin ever having a receiving trio like these three. And I'm not even sure if I know Eastern Royal is a junior, but I'm not even sure if Rex LeBlanc, Rowan Lipscomb are seniors. They might be juniors too. I'm not sure. That's a lethal three. St. All got theirs, and the Cards gonna have theirs. But man, that's a lethal three. But I'm gonna go Eastern Royal. Definitely. Go ahead, George Peppers.
I like your guy from Destrehan that went to Carr. I think he's a guy that can make a bold statement
Great.
with the quarterback like
Greg
Johnson.
Wilford is,
Huh?
yeah,
He
Greg Wilford
he
is
could be that
good.
dude, but Eastern
But
Royal is he could.
if I'm picking, I'm going Eastern Royal, and that's no disrespect to Greg Wilford and anybody there. Go ahead, George.
Wait, I was going to say I was throwing him in there into the mix for the discussion. But if you're asking me, if you're putting me in a corner saying pick one, I would take Easton Royal. I think he's that dude. He's a guy that can absolutely get it, and he wins a lot of one battles consistently, and he's got hands. Uh, that's to me paramount. One, but it's all about your hands. If you could catch, you're gonna be you're premier in my book, and I think Easton Royal is. And I'm not sure he's a senior either. I don't remember his classification. I want to say he is. My first inclination is to say yes, but I'm
Who,
not
Easton?
sure.
Easton?
Yeah, yeah.
He's a junior. Easton Royal is a junior.
All right, so we get 2 more years of him. Boy,
That's
that's gonna be
correct.
scary.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
going to be very scary.
Big Eiffel, he corrected me. And I knew it was a Ray something. It's Raekwon. Raekwon at St. Augustine. Miguel and Raekwon. Big Eiffel says you can't cover 4.29 speed. He he is legitimately good, and he's good in track as well. Um, Jordan Taylor, Coach Narcisse has Thibodeau ready to take that next step. He will. He definitely will. I say Thibodeau will be competitive, and you guys will see the show tomorrow. Thibodeau will be competitive in that River and Bayou Parish district. Very competitive. Vital at Hamilton Christian could carry that team to a deep run, and we talking Division I select with VC and Kentwood and all them. Vital is
Division
wanted
four,
by, huh? That's what I meant. Division 4. Thank you.
four, not
Vital,
one, because one,
yeah.
no.
And I'm thinking Class 1A. Just go back
Yeah,
to it.
yeah, I
It'll be
get you.
easier for me. But
Hmm.
Vital is wanted from pretty much every school in the nation. Most likely, he's going to end up at LSU. He proves me wrong, then he proves me wrong. But Vital, great football player. He in Division 4, yeah, he can carry Hamilton Christian to a deep run. He certainly can, and we'll see what happens with that. Any last words from you in regarding the questions that we just had?
It's just night one of preview night, guys, and we got a lot more to go. A whole lot more in advance of 2025's prep season. What will it bring? What storylines will emerge? What subplots will emerge? Who will surprise? Who will disappoint? We're just getting started, man. And tomorrow night, we've got Jefferson Parish and the River Parishes, right? So,
River
like
and
I
Bayou
said,
Parish District, yes.
and by you, yeah, but especially JP, because that's going to be a very spirited discussion. Myself, and my host right here have differing opinions. I want to see if he's modified it tomorrow night. We'll see. Stay tuned. But we thank y'all for joining us tonight. Remember, you can subscribe, and share on our website and on JB the Sports Guy. Me. Uh, we're just getting started in year 3 of the Hash It Out Show games of the week this year. Games meaning plural. We going to do big things this year, JB, and I'm feeling really, really good, amping up for it too. Planning my time offs, to accommodate the schedule. So, and we have to announce soon.
You still there? Where'd he go? We lost the Peppers, man. Yes, we have to announce soon, and I know what he was referring to. He's referring to the games that we have, and we will be doing that very, very soon. And there he is. He's back, the one and only coach. I'm not coach. That's George Peppers. Let's bring him back in right quick. Go
I
ahead,
was
George
asking
Peppers.
you. I was asking you. That's Team Internet kicking, doing this thing. Um, you still a no for Thursday, right? For the preseason luncheon at Quarterview.
Yeah, I cannot make it this year. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
cannot make it. Cannot make it.
Looks like VK is gonna be flying solo. He's gonna be doing his political handshakes like he did in the oh shit. Quick story before we go, Jared. You remember this story because remember we united with Under the Lights last year in the Dome all 3 days, and they wanted to do a dual show picture. Well, here's why we pick on VK. We love him undoubtedly, but we called him my brother, me, and you. We called him on our cell phones and said, "Come on, dude, we're doing a group picture for the Hash It Out show and Under the Lights." Well, our guy decided to act like a whole de facto politician and started glad handing everybody, and it don't look like he was handshaking the cheerleaders too, or and the medical staffs and all that. It was like, and then Jared made the impromptu. He's like, you know what, VK, forget it. We called you. Let's get this picture, and we got it. But it was, and then he's like, what y'all wanted? And we're like, too late.
No, he
After
he
the
he
other
knew.
highlight story
He
from last
knew.
year,
He knew.
he
He
knew.
he knew
But the other,
because we
the
told him.
other
But he
highlight,
want to act like he a big time celebrity and everything. And like we supposed to wait on him. Now we weren't waiting on him. Not at all.
well,
Oh
and then the
man.
other funny story was right after, was during the Cecilia Franklinton game, and I'm going to include Jordan Taylor because he was giving VK some business, as you were, as I was. It was a massacre on what we did VK that night, and when the game was over, oh boy, that dude looked like he had that look on his face. VK, he had that look when Franklinton lost, and look, I remember that. Oh boy, the abuse he took, boy, it was not good. But
He's still mad.
again, we love him.
He's
Huh?
still mad about it. He's still mad about that
On
game. He's still
August the
mad.
5th, on on August the 5th, today. Wow.
He's still mad.
Let it go, VK. Let it go. But no, Jared, this is fun tonight.
Yeah,
But we got a lot more to go,
definitely,
and
definitely,
we'll see you tomorrow night, sir. Take us home.
definitely. I want to answer Coach Francois' question right quick. Can the Live get a game? And we did the Livingston Douglas playoff game last year, and that was a lot of
We
fun,
did.
man. That was a lot of
Yep.
fun. He's asking, can the Live get a game? Coach Francois, I have to look at y'all schedule and see, and look at my schedule and see what we have, because I would love to do a Livingston game. So I'll be in contact with you and let you know what we have, and then we go from there. But
Hmm.
other than that, that is our show. Hey, D Gibb, yeah, go ahead. Go to lunch with VK. Yeah, go ahead. Oh
Oh
man,
no.
yes indeed. Yes indeed. Hey, you coach for
Yes,
Patrick
indeed.
Taylor. You coach for Patrick Taylor. I don't know why you shouldn't be able to go. You're actually a coach. Go with Coach Kenny Bourgeois.
Come
Oh
on now.
man. Oh man. All right. No, I'm serious. Coach D Gibb is really a coach for Patrick Taylor. I'm not lying.
I know. I know he is. I know. Remember, I got a fan base there.
Yeah, you do. You do. You do. And that
Hmm.
fan base, they waiting for you week 3. All right.
No end.
So, all right, everybody. We're back tomorrow. We're going to discuss who we think will win the River Parish/Bayou Parish district. And we're also going to talk about who wins the Jefferson Parish district. These are all 5A teams. So tune in tomorrow again for 7:15. We're back. And we'll probably have VK back with us tomorrow. I know he has some type of training to do, and that's why he couldn't make it. So, but he'll be back tomorrow. Other than that, oh, wait, what we got? What we got? What we got? What we got? Oh, D Gibbs just laughing. All right. Yes, Jordan has that photo of us on his wall in their studio. It's too bad for VK, he's not in that picture.
All right.
All right. We want to go ahead and end this, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like I say, now you want to, when I'm about to shut the show down, when
I
I'm
told you
about
that at
to,
the start.
man, when I'm about to say we out of here, bye-bye, here you come, man. Here you come, man.
I didn't know how many minutes you had left, man.
You didn't text me, bro.
Look,
What I told
look,
you, JB.
look, man. Hey, Joe, don't stop, bro. Stop.
Don't
All I
stop
know,
what?
I'm at work and everything, and I didn't expect
Uh,
to be this long tonight. This the longest I ever been for training, because usually I'll be done by around 7:15, 7:30. This is the longest I ever been. So trust me on that. I didn't know how many minutes you had left, but if you want me to save my thoughts for tomorrow, I'll save everything for tomorrow for you,
Well,
so you can shut it down.
we
this the
got you.
thing. This the thing. I'm gonna let you get a couple words in, and then we're gonna shut it down, and we'll be back all tomorrow. But I want you to tell us, who do you have winning the category district, and then who do you have winning District 9 4A with Shaw, St. Charles, Bell Chase, and Kingdom Discovery?
Man, it was really tough to just, because I studied everything. I went over some stuff on both districts and everything else. I'm going to start with the 948 district. I think it's going to be a great district in itself. I, you know, I think Shaw's going to be really challenged, but I really think the Shaw Eagles will come out winning the district championship for the second straight year. But it's going to be a really close race
4 straight
between
Four.
St. Charles Catholic and Bell Chase. So it's going to be an interesting race, but I think Shaw will pull it out. The Catholic League, that's been a great league the last couple of years. So it's going to be a great league again. Close race, bro, but by the skin of their teeth, the Car Cougars will win their district for the 4th straight year. By the skin of their teeth, because this is how close the district is gonna really get. I think St. Aug is gonna be a interesting contender. We can't forget about John Curtis. Can't forget about Rummel, and also Judgment is gonna be real interesting as well. And we just got to see about the Warren Eastern Eagles to see how improved that they are coming up in 2025 in their second year in the academy. So, but I do have the Edna Carr Cougars winning the district championship.
Okay, well, all 3 of us are on the same page with the same 2 teams, Edna Carr and the Archbishop Shaw Eagles. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back tomorrow. Like I said, we're going to discuss who wins the River Parish and Bayou Parish district, and we're going to discuss who wins the Jefferson Parish district, like all 5A teams. We're going to discuss that tomorrow and let you all know who will win. So we want you all to tune in, and be with us as we discuss who's going to win the district. I'm glad VK was able to pop in for a few minutes while we about to close the show. So we are back tomorrow for VK Jones, for George Peppers. I'm JB the Sports Guy. Tell everybody that you know what the Hash It Out Show. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your grandmother, tell your grandfather, tell your great uncles, your great aunties, your uncles, your cousins, your brothers, your sisters, and all your friends. Tell them all about the Hash It Out Show. We're back tomorrow, 7:15. Y'all tune in and y'all take care. Are you in need of a new windshield? Leo Autoglass can help. For 20 years, Leo Autoglass have been servicing the New Orleans area with windshield replacement and auto glass repair. Give them a call today, 504-301-8353.
Hey y'all, this is Jen Hale from Fox Sports. You're watching the Hash It Out Show with JB the Sports Guy, VK Jones, and George Peppers.
Did you experience storm damage from Hurricane Francine? Barretto Home Solutions can help. You can give them a call at 504-940-7552.
Green Law Firm is a full-service law firm specializing in personal injury, criminal law, successions, and family law. With over 25 years of experience, the Green Law Firm continues to provide efficient, competitive, and effective representation to clients throughout the state of Louisiana and all across the nation. Consultations are free. If you're looking for results, call the Green Law Firm at 504-328-3990. That's 504-328-3990, located at 931 Westwood Drive, Suite B in Marrero, Louisiana. The Green Law Firm.
At Bayou AV Security, we are your one-stop shop for all your needs, whether it's enhancing your home entertainment system, securing your property, ensuring a seamless internet connection, or illuminating your outdoor spaces. We've got you covered. Bayou AV Security, where technology meets reliability. Call us today to experience the Bayou difference.
JFK Martial Arts offers a wide variety of martial arts programs for kids, teens, and adults as they empower lives through martial arts. Please give them a call at 985-266 0664. And don't forget to ask about their 1 week free special. Feeling drained from the constant noise in your daily life? Immerse yourself in pure audio bliss with drums. Experience a world of crystal clear sound, free from distractions. Discover the ultimate relaxation and escape into an oasis of serenity. Grab yours today. drumsworld.com.
If you're looking for the best pizza in Metro New Orleans, then you're in the right place. Moe's Pizza has a great selection of Italian food that can satisfy your appetite, and they can also cater to your needs in any event. Give them a call at 504-341-9650 or log on to www.moespizzanola.com, located at 1112 Avenue H in West Wego, Louisiana. Moe's Pizza, Italians do it better.
All right, folks, as we kick off tonight's football game, let's take a moment to talk about something just as important as a winning playbook: your financial future. Kaylin Parker, a financial advisor with Magnolia Wealth Strategies, is here to help you stay financially fit off the field. From retirement and estate planning to investment management and even insurance needs, Kaylin Parker is here to help you. Reach out to Kaylin at 504-613-2161 or at cparker@financialguide.com.
Hi, I'm Erica Randolph, head coach of the Hahnville Tigers boys basketball team, and you are watching The Hash It Out Show.
Thank you for watching The Hash It Out Show. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you.